So over the last 2 years, I've worked with over 100 plus clients on platforms such as MailChimp, HubSpot, Go High Level, and ClickFunnels. Plus, I've earned over 70K plus on Upwork, working with coaches, consultants, and course creators on email marketing systems and copywriting engines. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly, if I were you, how exactly am I going to solve the email operates, right, for my clients or for my email campaigns actually, right? So here are two things, right? We're going to go over two things really simply, really fast, right? So the first thing is why exactly, okay, are your email operates actually low? And then the second thing that we're going to go is actually how to improve your email operates, how to do the calculation things to improve your email operates. Plus, at the end, I'm going to show you or reveal to you the email subject line generator and exactly how you're going to use it. This is an AI tool, right? And plus, I'm just going to show you some data that you're going to see exactly right now. So first thing is first, okay, let's dive in and see exactly what we got right here. Please hit the like button and let's dive in, right? So the first thing is first, right? Why are your email open rates actually low? Okay, so as you all know, like the email open rates actually indicate that there is a disconnect, right, between your email strategy and your audience, right? And the causative of all that is mainly three things, right? First thing is because of your subject line, right? So maybe your subject line is uncompelling, it does not grab attention by any means, way, shape, or form. So when your recipients or when your readers get your emails, right, they read the subject line and they're not interested actually, so it does not grab their attention instantly and make them curious to open the email. So that's the first thing. The second thing is irrelevant content. Now here there are two things in irrelevant content. One, it might be that the email does not match the recipient's need or the reader's need or preferences, and that can actually lead to disengagement. Now what do I mean by that? It means you send an email, right, that your readers or your audience, your recipients, do not actually find them interesting, right? So they don't, that topic is not relevant to your audience and they don't find that interesting by any means, way, shape, or form. Or it can be the second thing, which the second thing is that you use clickbaity subject lines. So you might use subject lines that are actually clickbaity, and then when the reader actually goes into the email, they find that what you're breaking down in the email is not exactly what you promised in the subject line. So what ends up happening is that people are not going to like that. They're going to find that really like manipulative, and hence they're not going to open any of your emails from there on, right? And you don't want to do that. You don't want to use clickbaity subject lines, right? And the third reason that is going to make your email operates actually go low, or you getting low email operates, is poor timing. Now what do I mean by poor timing? So poor timing means that you send emails at the wrong time, right? And the frequency, probably sometimes, you might be sending too much, or you might be sending too low, or you might be sending too early in the morning, right? So too early, and you might be sending sometimes too late, right? So people are turned off and they don't want to see the email. And if you send too early, it means that your emails get buried. So I'm going to tell you exactly what is a fix for poor timing, because this can get your emails ignored and overlooked. People are not going to open your emails, right? The other thing, which is actually one of the most main things, is deliverability issue and the sender reputation. Now here's the thing, chances are your emails are landing in spam, right? That's why, or they're being blocked, right, by spam filters. That's why like nobody is opening your emails, right? Because if no one sees your emails and your emails have been filtered by spam filters, then what ends up happening is that nobody's going to open your email because they don't see it. So no one is going to open it, right? And if the sender reputation is actually low, okay, due to spam complaints or bounces, that can also harm your email open rates. So how exactly do you fix this? How do you improve your email open rates? Here is exactly how you're going to be the genius that will increase your email open rates, and your email open rates will never lower forever, like never lower, right? So below average open rates are really bad, okay? So there are proven tactics that you can use to boost your engagement, increase your email operations, such as one, you can craft a powerful subject line. Now how do you exactly craft a powerful subject line? If you don't know what a subject line is, a subject line is the first thing that your reader sees and they get whenever they get your email, they see that the first thing. So how do you you craft a powerful subject line? One is you have to use curiosity, urgency, or personalization to grab the attention. Okay, and it has to be really concise, it has to be really clear, and if you can make it relevant to who your audience is, it's much better. Now for example, maybe for me, I am an email marketer, so I will say something about emails, right? It's actually relevant. If I say why your emails are ending up in spam, or is your email blacklisted, right? It's really relevant to my readers, right? It's really relevant to people who are in my email list, right? They're email marketers. Also, you have to avoid phrases like buy now or excessive punctuations. Emojis, you can actually use them. There is no actual problem with that. But yeah, you just have to see how exactly you're using them. How you're using them is the main thing for emojis. But punctuations and using phrases that are spammy will just directly kill your email. It will send it to the spam folder, right? So you have to avoid that just to make your subject line actually really really powerful and people to actually get your email. The other thing is that you have to keep your subject line actually short, under 50 characters. Okay, under 50 characters. You can do longer, but I suggest, or my opinion, you can do under 50 characters because it's better for mobile readers, right? So if someone is opening their emails, which is like 80 to 90% of people, they're opening their emails on mobile or on their phones. So when you keep it under 50 characters, it helps them actually see the subject line clearly, right? Which is what exactly you want. Now, also you can use AI tools like Mail Motors, right? Subject line generator to craft high-performing subject lines that resonate with your audience or with your readers. And that subject line is this one. Okay, you can go to mailmotors.com. Just type this in your Google or Chrome or I don't know, Safari or something like that. And then this is going to pop up right here. You're going to see you can generate. So you provide some clients about maybe my new cooking training, maybe my new coaching program. You just specify it and then you tell it to generate and it will just generate. So probably provide subject line about my new cooking training. Let's try it. Provide subject line for my new cooking training, right? Trading. And then you tell it to generate subject line for my new cooking training. So you tell it to generate and then it takes you like couple seconds, couple minutes, and you get all of them. So join our cook training today, discover new recipients in that one, enhance, unlock, cook like a pro in our training. So I like this one, but yeah, you can actually play around with it. You can feed it more information and you're going to get more better subject lines from this one, right? It's actually good, it's actually better, right? If you want more like resources, you can just go to this website, browse free tools. There are different free tools. There's a spam checker, email finder, email checker, right? If you want to verify if the email is actually valid, there's the email writer, email response, blacklist checker for your emails, right? The grammar checker right there to summarize your emails, email reputation, email generator, right? You can see right here another one, email size calculator. So you just check like your email size, SPF record checker, SMTP tester, for those who are doing cold email, and email subject line generator, cold email AI, subject line tester, right? So a bunch of tools right here that you can actually use. They're actually useful. You can just go right there and check them out, right? So the second thing is optimize email timing and frequency. So timing is everything, is actually the best important thing when it comes to email, right? Sending too early, your email might get buried. So you don't want to send too early, okay? And sending it too late, your audience might not even see it, right? Then they're not going there because they're tuned off, they're tuned out, so people are probably not going to see it. So you have to find the perfect moment, the difference between when they're going to see the actual message. So you have to experiment with different days and times to discover when your audience is actually more likely to open or check their inbox. Most probably what I found out it was more perfect is when someone opted in your email list. Go there, check that time. That time is the specific time that you have to send them an email, or around that time, because at that time it's when they are highly active, right, in their inbox, probably. Okay, so if you have a global audience, you have to check you have to schedule emails to match your recipients or your audience local time for maximum visibility, or for them to actually see your emails, right? And then you have to avoid sending too frequently because you're going to overwhelm your readers. And you have to also avoid sending too low or infrequently because your readers are going to actually forget about you, right? So here are the two things, right? When you send a couple like 5 times a week, it might be too frequent, so it might be overwhelming sometimes, right? I'm not saying every time, it just depends on exactly who you're targeting, right? But sometimes, or most of the time, it's actually overwhelming. So what I suggest is just in the middle, between 3 to 2 times a week, right? When you do 3 to 2 times a week, it's actually perfect. It's good. It just keeps people engaging. It's not like overwhelming them, and people don't forget about you immediately. So it keeps them good, like engaging and good. The other thing is segmenting your audience, right? Segmenting your list, because all subscribers are not the same. So why should you treat all of them the same or in the same way? So if you like segment them, you group them by demographic, location, purchase history, if someone purchased from you before, user behavior such as email engagement or purchase history, to just tailor your content and just make sure that people get exactly what they want. Like emails should be relevant. That will help you get more like engagement, plus it helps you get more open rates, right? You can also separate campaigns according to active subscribers, and re-engagement emails for those who are less active, right? You don't want to send emails to everyone, because if you send more emails to the less active people, it's just going to risk your email center reputation, and your emails might get spam, like they might get marked as spam, and that might even lead your active subscribers not getting your emails because your center reputation is ruined, right? So you want to boost that center reputation by just sending to the active campaign for some time, right? By segmenting your list, right? Which is actually great. The other thing is personalizing the message. Now this one is just the usual. You just use names, you just use their location, some personal details, maybe the subject line or body, and pain points, interests, challenges, to just show that you understand their needs, right? It just makes it really, really relevant, and people start opening your emails more often, right? The other thing is you have to improve deliverability. Now to improve deliverability, you have to be aware of these other tools that will actually help you, like bounce shield, right? Bounce shield, spam words. So right here, if you go to mail motor, there is hundreds of spam words that you can actually learn. There's 349 plus spam words to avoid in email. Also, I break this down in my newsletter. If you check it below right there, you're going to actually get all this information for free. Okay, first link in the description, you're going to get all of this for free, right? And also you can just check them right there. So the spam checker, we have a spam checker tool in mail motors right here. You just paste your email right here, and then it just filters out all the words that probably are spammy, right? And that might just mark your emails as spam directly, right? And the last thing is A/B testing your email. So sometimes small tweaks can make a big difference in your email. So A/B testing helps you figure out what works best for your audience in terms of subject line. So collect valuable feedback, fine-tune your strategy to maximize open rates and conversion. So test variables for time, subject lines, the email copy, just to see exactly what your audience really likes. It might boost engagement and stuff like that. Compare the results and use the insights for your future self, just to push more of your products and get more sales. So that's all. If you want more like breakdowns just like this one, fast, quick, simple, I break down every single one of these details in my newsletter, right? There's some things that I don't break down in this channel, such as going deeper into email workflows, strategies, AI, and blacklist things, and open rates just as this one. You can all find this one in my newsletter down below. Okay, so that's all. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. Let me know what you find about this video. I read all the comment sections, so don't worry, I see them. I also like them, if you can see on my YouTube channel. So that's all, man. See you in the next one. Peace. Let me know what you think.